What's good, everybody? My name is Gentleman.JUGG.
And I'm Son.
And welcome back to another Jug and Son doing WWE. Last week, today, whenever it is. How you doing today, boy?
I'm good.
Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Do all the things all the other YouTubers tell you to do. Son, I need you to take me to Raw.
So we start off with John Cena. He's got his new gear, and I guess he's here to tell us that he hates the fans again. And one thing I thought about was that he says, I'm not giving you guys anything, so that's why I wear different clothes and let you guys buy my new shirts.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I guess. I thought he didn't want to give the fans anything. I thought we didn't deserve anything.
Well, I mean, you don't deserve John Cena wearing all black, you know, coming out to a Thugonomics video or song or whatever this new unreleased track was that I've been hearing about.
I guess.
We don't deserve that.
Okay. So he comes out and then he says that he's gonna ruin wrestling.
Look, the promo here is way more fire than it was last time.
He's like, I'm gonna ruin wrestling because I heard about you guys, what you said about the spinner belt. He's like, well, you know.
You thought it was a toy. Well, you know what? Guess what? I'm taking the new belt and I'm gonna just go home and retire with it. Now you gotta get yourself a new belt, knowing that I got the real one.
Get yourself a new belt again.
Yeah, you have to sit there and have another tournament, determine that Cody Rhodes is your champion again after I retire after WrestleMania.
He said, I'm gonna be the last ever.
The last real champion.
Yeah, like, so I guess this is how the world heavyweight title, this is how the world champion becomes prestigious now, because John Cena retires the WWE title.
That's probably how it's gonna go down. I hope that's how it goes down. I hope that exactly what he said is exactly what happens.
That'd be really cool. Be like, John Cena's the last WWE champion ever.
That'd be dope.
I'd be like, you know what? You can keep it.
You earned it, buddy.
Yeah. So, after that, that's when Cody comes out, and I'm like, okay.
I boo Cody. Boo.
So what does Cody have to say? He's like, John Cena, you can't take the title from them. You got to take it from me first.
Yeah, he's right.
And then I guess he challenges John Cena to fight him, and then John's like, I'm not going to fight you. It's funny, the entire feud, John Cena just ignores Cody like he's not even there. He's like, it's not about you.
Yeah, and like I said, this deserves to have John Cena finish his story.
Finish his story
at WrestleMania. He needs to win that belt.
He better win.
I need John Cena to win that belt.
So is it safe to say you're back on Cena's side now?
I never left Cena's side. Okay? Like, people used to hate John Cena forever. I didn't hate John Cena. I knew that his career over the years was just because WWE was making him do all that. He's a good wrestler. He can tell a good story, and he didn't do all kinds of crazy stuff. And for an entire generation of kids, at least up to your age,
Cena since day one.
You know, yeah, they're all about Cena. Like, this is how I felt about, you know, The Rock and Stone Cold when they came out. You know, they weren't what the previous generation of people who liked wrestling was into, you know, but that was where I was at. That's my bread and butter. John Cena is your bread and butter. That's who you grew up with. So to see him turn heel the way he did and what he's saying he's gonna do, you know, that's up my alley. I want to see this story play out at WrestleMania. I mean, when we go to see it live, hopefully now. You know,
Cena's carrying WrestleMania 41 on his back.
That's what it feels like, and I need to be there for this. And I really hope
he better win.
He's there on the night that we're there, because I'm not paying $6,000 for 2 tickets or 3 tickets.
He better win though, because if he doesn't win, I'll be like, WrestleMania might suck.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. That, you know, I mean, when Father H does have some matches where you're underwhelmed, he does sometimes pull it completely out of his ass, and it was a banger.
And then a lot of times it's not.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where it's not. But, you know, whatever.
So then I guess, you know, Cena ignores Cody, and then Cody's like, well, it doesn't matter if you walk away because that's going to be how it is at WrestleMania.
I'm done with you right now, Cody. Move on to the next thing.
So now we've been cheesing Jey Uso's partner for this tag match that you haven't seen before against A-Town. I guess
down under.
Yeah, and it's like everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be Joe Hendry, and I was like, no, it's gonna be Jimmy,
and it was Jimmy. Okay, they could have just been, they could have just said the Usos. That's all they had to say. They didn't have to say main event Jey Uso and the big Jimmy Uso.
Well, what's funny is that Jimmy is like, he didn't even get his own entrance. He has to come out to Jay's music.
Because I don't hate his song. I don't hate his song. I don't. But I like Jey Uso's song more. And they did come out to just that song for the longest time. So it shouldn't be weird.
So then after this match, then Gunther comes out and he attacks Jay, and then Jimmy saves Jay. Which I'm like, damn it, Jimmy's carrying Jay right now.
Well, like I say, I keep thinking that this is all part of the little story they're trying to tell, that to at least try to make it seem like Jay's story is bigger than it is, because it really isn't great.
But, they got to add Jimmy to help a little bit.
Just a little bit. But it's one of those things where it's like, we need Jimmy to build, or Jay to build himself up. So
they had, then Jimmy has to explain why Jay botches. He's like, well, that's just because Gunther's in your head, bro. You didn't actually mean to do that. So that's how they're trying to explain it.
And that's a good explanation.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
But what about Flop Dollar though? Who was in his head?
I mean, and when you look at it, like, we were making fun of how Jay fell over the rope exactly like Flop Dollar.
For me, it was
like exactly.
For me, what's funny is that Jay's got his same line every week. He's like, man, every time they always doubting me. Yeah. I mean, I get it, but he says it every week. He's like, he's backstage after getting beat up by Gunther. They always out there doubting me.
But I'm like, who is doubting you? Who is doubting you? Please say them by name. I want to know who it is, because, I mean, look, us fans have never freaking pushed a story that hard for a wrestler since Kofi Mania, right?
Yeah.
Or a Cody Rhodes story, So I'm like, who in the world is freaking doubting you?
They always doubt me, Oos. They always doubt me, Oos. He says it every time. I'm like,
the person I know who is doubting you for sure is Gunther. He is doubting you.
But everyone else here thinks you're actually gonna win, and they're mad about it.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
We're not
That's
doubting
the truth. We believe you're gonna win, and we don't want it.
That's what it is. So no one's doubting you. We think you got this. But then Jimmy walks away from Jay, and then Gunther is just around the corner, as you would be,
I guess.
And then Jimmy's like, hey, next week I want to fight you, and then Gunther's like, don't slip like your brother, and then Jimmy's like,
he slapped the taste out of his mouth.
And I'm like, that was awesome, Jimmy.
I liked it.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, Gunther's gonna kill him, but I liked it.
I liked it a whole lot, because Gunther's not allowed to lose. Because if Gunther loses, and then it's not a world title match, but if Gunther loses, then what?
Oh, then Jimmy's better. I don't know.
In all honesty, the match between Jimmy and Gunther should be for the title.
It's kind of more exciting than Jay, and all he did was slap him. Like, you don't need a big pull apart brawl.
The shit out of him.
You don't need to have a big brawl every week and say, they always doubting me. They always doubting me. No, Jimmy just walked up and slapped him, and I'm already more invested in this. But then we had the Io Sky and Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. They got into a big brawl.
I mean, hold on. Is anything different from what we know already?
Well, there's one thing. Adam Pearce says that, okay, Rhea, you get your title match, but you're gonna get it next week on Raw. And what did she do to earn that? Because she lost clean.
Lost clean, in my opinion.
But she says you're mad enough, so I guess you have to.
You get to get it. I'm not into this part right here. You might as well just make the match. Just say the match is triple threat, because I know you're gonna say it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Or I mean, what if Io loses and then Rio's just not in WrestleMania? That'd be pretty bad.
I would be upset if Io loses this against Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm.
I would, but the thing is that it's Bianca Belair as a special guest referee, so
Now, is this gonna be the one time the guest referee does their job?
Well, we'll have to see. Who does she want to fight at WrestleMania?
I mean, I don't want to fight Io, because Rhea Ripley had her time and she lost 3 times.
It's gonna be a triple threat. You know it. I know it.
And then we had El Grande Americano come out with he had a CGI video.
It was an AI video, and it was awesome.
It was great.
I loved it. See, when awesome things happen, you need to keep doing them. Shinsuke Nakamura did some awesome stuff, and you just wasted it. You blew it. Okay? And now I see the same thing potentially happening here.
To El Grande Americano.
Exactly. And the dude sounds like a Starbucks coffee. That, to me, he does.
So I guess we'll see what happens with that. But if you throw this in the trash, well, I get whatever.
Yeah.
And then CM Punk is here, and he's got something to say. He says
anything other than what he has said.
He says, "You guys gotta watch SmackDown because that's where the contract signing's happening." And a contract signing for a match with no title or stipulation. So we're signing a contract for air.
What happened next?
Then we had Braun Breaker versus Penta, and that's when the Judgment Day attack. And it's funny, Dominic Mysterio's like, "I think Penta's gonna join us." I'm like,
we can all see that you're full of crap.
And Finn Balor's like,
they never sat there and made something that make it seem like Penta wanted to be a part of this group.
Finn Balor looked at Dom like, "Are you stupid?"
Because he is. You're being stupid here, Dom.
No, it didn't work. I mean, that's it for Raw. It's fine.
It's fine. Take me to SmackDown, son.
So, SmackDown, we get Cody Rhodes and we get Randy Orton. And,
whoa.
And Randy, I like Randy, but Randy here, what is this?
What are you saying, man? You're saying that Cody Rhodes is the best champion. His accolades are even better than yours.
He said, "You have surpassed my entire career."
Cody Rhodes, who has one WWE Championship win,
has surpassed my entire career.
Surpassed all of Randy's 14.
It's over.
So when he was fighting John Cena versus Randy Orton for the third time, it was better than that.
Randy Orton versus Triple H. Randy Orton versus The Undertaker.
It was better than that.
Randy Orton versus Mick Foley.
It was better than that. Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. The 3 times that they did it in the summer, it was better than that.
Randy Orton's entire Legend Killer, and then Viper, and then Apex Predator, and then 2009.
It was better than that. When Randy Orton fought, The Fiend at WrestleMania, and then fought Bray Wyatt before that for the title, it was better than that.
When Randy was lighting The Fiend on fire,
it was better than that.
Cody surpassed him without that.
This is the best. All of that.
I mean, according to how everyone treats Cody, this title reign is the greatest title reign of all time.
It's the greatest title reign that has ever title reigned.
Because this surpasses 14 world titles from Randy,
according to Randy Orton.
So this is the greatest title reign of all time. I mean, Roman Reigns isn't even close to that.
He can't measure up.
He just can't compete.
I mean, this asshole doesn't even have a match for the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, Cody's main eventing with John Cena, which, it's not that big of a deal, though, because Randy did that, but Cody's doing it better.
Yeah, I mean, it's just better.
Yeah, so. Whatever. And then Drew comes out, and, what I wanted Drew to say was like, "This is stupid. You're both being stupid. What are you talking about?"
I know.
But Drew said, "Oh, Cody's a great champion. It's true."
I mean, in all honesty, Drew McIntyre is a 3-time world champion.
So, he surpassed Cody.
Already, but I guess Cody is better than that.
Yeah, well, greatest champion.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this one title reign is better than all these multiple-time champions, okay? It's just how it is. And this is better than all of them. And, Drew says, "I'm going to come for the title too." Because Randy wants to go for the title after WrestleMania, because he says, "I know you're going to beat Cena because you surpassed me." I'm like,
well, look, if you were to sit there and say to me that Cena was better than Randy Orton, I could say, yeah, he has 16 to your 14, so he's probably better than you.
I mean, Cena surpassed Randy, but Cody?
I mean, all of John Cena's title reigns are pale in comparison to Cody's.
At least 14 of them.
Yeah.
The last 2 are better than Cody, I guess. That's why Cena's a threat, because he's got more titles than Randy, and Cody's already better than Randy.
According to Randy.
And Drew. He's better than Drew, too, because Drew says he carried the company on his back as well, even though Drew was there in the pandemic when there was no Roman and carried the company.
Cody Rhodes is better than that.
So then after this, I guess Randy and Drew get into a brawl and they're gonna have a match later. And I'm like, okay,
Cool.
And then let's see. I guess LA Knight's fighting Braun Strowman for the U.S. title.
I could care less about this. I don't care at all.
And then Jacob jumps in, and I guess I just want Jacob to win the belt.
Yeah, Jacob, bored. Just take the belt, Jacob. You can have it.
I'm kind of bored with LA Knight.
You don't even need a match against LA Knight. Just take the belt, and you're just champion now.
I'm just kind of bored of LA Knight because it needs something else.
Say you're bored of LA Knight again.
I'm bored of LA Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bored. I'm really bored. Yeah. And then I guess Naomi is, I guess she's gonna fight Jade Cargill. Basically, this time she ran away from Jade, and then she had a video where she's tired of being underappreciated.
Who underappreciated her?
Us? I don't know.
Did we underappreciate her?
I mean, I didn't.
I didn't either. So I don't know. I mean, did the fans underappreciate her?
I guess because she didn't get any matches when she came back. Maybe it was Father H. She should blame Triple H because he's the one in charge of the booking here.
He underappreciated her.
So, I mean, I'm kind of rooting for Naomi actually.
Yeah, she's a more interesting character. She should beat Jade Cargill.
But that's not what's gonna happen.
Well, we'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Then Jacob said that he's gonna win gold with or without Solo, and I'm like, you got it, Jacob.
Do it, please.
Okay. Then we had Drew McIntyre walk outside. And that's when Damian Priest attacked him and then slammed him onto a car. And then Drew said, "There's glass in my eye."
Well, yeah, but this was after Drew fought Randy Orton, right?
Yeah, and Drew actually won, so.
Well, yeah, because he got distracted by Kevin Owens. This was
standing on the.
Randy got distracted by Kevin Owens. So.
See, that wouldn't have happened to Cody.
It especially would have happened to Cody. It's just that Cody would have won, though, still.
Yeah, see, Cody has surpassed Randy in everything. And, I don't know why. You see, Randy's struggling with Kevin, but Cody beat the guy 3 times in a row.
Like, beat him.
So, you're struggling to beat him once.
I just want Randy to kick Kevin Owens in the freaking head. I want to see it. I need to see it.
Yeah, but, Cody threw him through a ladder and, made him bleed.
Give it to me, Father H.
And it'd be funny if, he doesn't kick him in the head. He just says, "No, I gotta be better than that." And then, And then let's see here. And then we have the Roman Reigns comes out, and this is my favorite guy on the show, Roman Reigns. He comes out. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And when they sing for Cody Rhodes, I'm like, stop. But when they sing for Roman Reigns, I'm like, yeah, exactly. And
okay.
then Roman Reigns like, all right, Paul, now you sing too. And Roman's like, yeah, exactly. And then
Paul sang, and it was great.
Yeah. And Roman says, I guess we're gonna sign this contract for this match. And then Seth comes out. And he's like, it's a main event. I can't believe you gave this we're main eventing. And Roman says, yeah, we're main eventing because of me.
Probably true.
Which is true. And then Seth says, I mean, we put in all this work and CM Punk is going to ruin everything. And Roman says, who's we?
Yeah, I did this.
He's like, I did that.
He's right. He did it.
He's like, did you guys have a title reign?
Like,
did
you weren't even going to be at WrestleMania if it wasn't for Roman Reigns.
Roman says, we're all main eventing because of me. He's like, did you guys have a 4-year title reign? No. Did you carry? He's like, I carried this company. He's like, because of me, Netflix chose us, and this is the
even though they're on Smackdown and not on Netflix, but whatever.
Well, Roman goes to Netflix when he wants to.
Yeah, but so does Cody. So does Seth apparently.
Yeah.
So does CM Punk apparently. So you don't have an argument on that one, Roman. But I will say that you did get these people on to WrestleMania.
He said, I'm the reason for the big boom. And like, this is the one time someone saying I'm the reason for the big boom is right, because it really is Roman.
It is Roman.
I'm like, everyone's saying, it's Cody. No, it's Roman.
It's Roman. He did it. And then CM Punk comes out.
And then CM Punk says, he's going to sign the contract. And then Paul Heyman tells CM Punk, you are a WrestleMania main eventer. And then he cries because, he's main eventing WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, that was his dream, and now his dream is coming true, and that's great. And I'm not tripping off of that. It's great to see your dreams come true. However, this is not for a title.
Yeah, so kind of not really exactly what you wanted, but you kind of got it.
You're going to get something. Maybe not what you want, but you're going to get something.
Roman said, don't worry, you're welcome, CM Punk. You're all welcome, because he said you guys wouldn't main event anything if it wasn't for me. And he's right.
Yeah, but we said that, so.
And then Roman says, there you go, favor's done too. And then Punk says, that's not the favor. And that's it.
Well, you guys, we had some laughs. So
I mean, it's not really a great week for wrestling.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, do all the things all the other YouTubers tell you to do. Check us out on Blue Sky, and check us out on Instagram, and check us out on probably most of the other social medias, including TikTok. And tune in next time, because the next one will be available
When it's ready.